crucial because words have such power. Words have so much power. The internal dialogue is so crucial. The things you say to yourself about yourself, your self-concept is so crucial. There's no point in leveling up on the outside. There's no point in glowing up on the outside. But internally, you're miserable. Internally, you're talking yourself down. Internally, you're hating on yourself. Internally, you're doubting and questioning yourself. But sometimes we wait on people to tell us the things we want to hear, and it never comes. We tend to demand from people what we ourselves don't give ourselves. We demand so much from other people, but demand very little from ourselves, to ourselves. As within, so without. The world is actually a reflection, is a mirror image of who we are on the inside. It is expected that we want people to, tell us they love us and what have you. But you have not told yourself you love yourself. You have not just stared into the mirror and told yourself, by the way, I love you. Like, I really, really love you. Like, given yourself a hug and just, I love you. Why would you expect somebody to give you what you have not given yourself? Hi there, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, karibu karibu. And if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do. All right? Happy new year. Happy 2024. Happy new beginnings. It's just a chance to be better. It's a chance to do better. It's a chance to think better, and I'm all here for it. I'm just excited. I'm normally very excited for new beginnings, and a new year represents a new beginning for me. I mean, every day is a new beginning. Every day is a chance to be better, think better, act better. But anyway, I am just excited. I began a series last year on self-concept, and I'll be picking up on that. And I remember what I mentioned. The basic definition about self-concept is the things you tell yourself about yourself, how you view yourself. Yeah, and if you really think about it, that's where our self-esteem comes from, that's where our self-perception comes from, that's where our confidence comes from. So I'm going to be expounding on that today, and I'll be looking at how we talk to ourselves. It's so crucial. It's so crucial. I know we take a lot of time to invest on our outside appearance, on our hair, on our makeup, on our clothes, but even more importantly is the internal glow up. It's the things that, or rather how we choose to nurture ourselves internally. More than any skincare you can pick, more than any dress you can pick, more than any hairstyle you can pick, whatever you choose to invest within yourself, within you, within your self-concept, that is so crucial. And so today I'll be looking at self-concept, and more specifically I'll be looking at how we talk to ourselves. Now, if you really think about it, we tend to demand from people what we ourselves don't give ourselves. We demand that people treat us a certain way. We demand that people talk to us a certain way. We demand people to carry themselves a certain way around us. But when you really think about it, we don't accord ourselves the same treatment. We demand so much from other people, but demand very little from ourselves, to ourselves. And it's very unfortunate when you think about it, because even think about the idea of, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. You cannot love thy neighbor if you do not know how to love thyself. You cannot give what is not in you. And it's very unfair to yourself. Obviously, it's really unfair that you put so much expectations and so much demands on other people, but demand very little from yourself for yourself. There's this saying that as within, so without. The world is actually a reflection, is a mirror image of who we are on the inside. If you really think about it, when we allow people to mistreat us, it is actually a mirror image to how we ourselves choose to treat ourselves. What we choose to allow into our lives is what we allow first and foremost within ourselves. So today I'll be talking about how we talk to ourselves. It's so crucial because words have such power. Words have so much, but like even really think about it, even in the Bible it talks about, how God spoke and then things were created. So really think about it. I know we talk about manifestation, I know we talk about the law of attraction and all these other things, but if you really truly believe in those things, it's not possible to manifest, it's not possible to attract without first talking to yourself a certain way. So that's what we'll be looking at today. The very first thing is obviously kindness. Kindness is such an underrated thing. I'm sure there are times in your life you can think of instances where people have been unkind to you. And we generally don't like being around people who are unkind in terms of how they talk, in terms of are they people who tend to insult or put people down. But really think about it. We sometimes insult ourselves. We sometimes put ourselves down. We are sometimes so hypercritical of ourselves, yet we demand kindness from other people, but we don't accord ourselves the same kindness. And it's really, it really does not make sense. So kindness is one of the things you're supposed to invest in yourself. It does not mean you're not real with yourself, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. But even in your realness, be kind to yourself. Even when you're calling yourself out, be kind to yourself. Use kind words on yourself. Use a kind tone on yourself, okay? Because you find that a lot of people who are hypercritical of other people are also hypercritical, even 10 times more hypercritical of themselves. So be very kind to yourself. Number 2 is being honest. Now, I'll do a whole entire video on this, but honesty is so important to yourself, not to everybody. And I'm not advocating for you to lie. All I'm saying is, as we navigate this world, we tend to have a mask. As we navigate this world, we tend to put up appearances. And I'm not disregarding the reason why we put up a mask, and I'm not disregarding the reason why we put up appearances. The world is a stage. We have to act to a certain degree. When you talk about being authentic, it's how believably authentic you can be. So I'm not disregarding that, and I'm not telling you be 100% honest with people. I'm not saying be 100% authentic with people, because people will take advantage of you. People will use you. People will abuse you. People will misuse you. People will hijack your progress. So that's not about it. But you see, thing is, while we are putting on an act for everybody, we cannot put on an act for ourselves. You cannot lie to yourself. At the end of the day, you need to take off that mask, really unveil the real you, and really have those very real conversations with yourself. Like, truly think about it. Those instances when you come to Jesus moments, or Jesus take the wheel moments, it only occurs when you are honest and brutally honest with yourself. Basically calling yourself out on all your BSs. Okay? And so honesty is something you have to be truly honest with yourself. Particularly for those people who journal like I do, you find yourself being very, very honest with yourself. Of course, with kindness, you're kind about it, but you call yourself out on your own BS. You call yourself for a meeting and you're like, you know what, here, you need to do better. Here, by the way, here, you dropped the ball. And that is how you're supposed to talk to yourself. You're supposed to be honest, because if you're not honest with yourself, how do you expect other people to be honest with you? Like, really think about it. If you're not authentic with yourself, if you do not truly know, understand, and embrace every facet about yourself, the good, the bad, and the in-between, and truly be honest about you, be honest about your intentions, be honest about your plans, you're really not going to survive in this world. Part of being a villain, when we sometimes need to be, is being truly honest about, you know what, I want to do that thing. So honesty is something that is so crucial. Again, honesty to yourself. Don't be honest with everybody. Don't blur out all your plans, and don't just tell them, this is how I am. No, you're not supposed to be an open book to everybody. That's just a recipe for disaster. But be an open book to yourself. Be very brutally honest with yourself. Number 3, I know this one is going to be a bit triggering, is telling yourself, I love you. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever told yourself you love yourself? Not I love Wanjiko no, or I love. No, just have you ever like stood in front of the mirror and told yourself, I love you? Have you ever just, hugged yourself and be like, you know what, I love you. I love me. Have you ever done that? We wait on people to tell us they love us. And remember, again, I'm not saying this in a critical way in the sense that it's wrong to want to hear people telling us that they love us. We are social beings. So it is expected that we want people to, tell us they love us and what have you. But you have not told yourself you love yourself. You have not just stared into the mirror and told yourself, by the way, I love you. Like, I really, really love you. Like, given yourself a hug and just, I love you. Why would you expect somebody to give you what you have not given yourself? Like, it it beats logic for me. Yeah? Like, in fact, do this. If you're near a mirror, or if you're not near a mirror at the end of the day, go stand in front of a mirror. Like, look at yourself and tell yourself you love yourself. Or wherever you are, if you're on your own, just close your eyes, hug yourself, and just tell yourself, you know what? I love you. And just let that sink in. Yes, again, there's something to be said about hearing other people say they love us. And it's very normal. It's a very human, a very normal need, okay? But why would you expect something from someone yet you yourself are not giving yourself that thing? The moment you start telling yourself you love yourself, the moment you start treating yourself like you love yourself, then guess what you're going to attract? People will start loving on you. People will start telling you that they love you. Like, really, like, I know sometimes I come off like I'm so full of myself, and I am. But like, what else am I supposed to be full of? Like, really think about it. I love myself from the tip to the toe. I love every perfect and imperfect thing about myself. I genuinely, truly, I'm in love with myself, actually. I know it may come off as being selfish, as being vain, as being all these things, and I honestly don't care. I mean, who else am I supposed to love if I don't start loving myself? Just really think about it. You all know I'm a mother, right? How am I supposed to teach my daughter to love herself if I don't first love myself? How am I supposed to give my daughter what I do not give myself? And by the way, even without me telling her that I love her, she sees, she watches how I love on myself, how I treat myself. So the best way I can choose to teach her to love herself is by demonstrating my love for myself, telling myself I love myself. There's this little exercise we normally do. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night. So she'd come into my bedroom and I'd be like, Mommy, tell yourself good morning. And so she'll go to the mirror and say, hi. And then I'll tell her, give yourself a peck. And she'll give herself a peck. And sometimes when it's at night, Mommy, tell yourself good night. She'll go to the mirror, good night, give yourself a peck. And she'll give herself a peck. She's actually more than even hearing it from me, telling her good morning or good night, just that mirror, her interacting with herself in the mirror is so crucial. And I'm sure that's going to get ingrained in her brain. And I hope that happens for you too, that you, more than even waiting on other people to say they love you, more than even waiting on other people to demonstrate that they love you, tell yourself you love yourself. Demonstrate to yourself that you love yourself, and then you'll be amazed just how much love you're going to attract to yourself. Babies will be attracted to you, adults will be attracted to you, but it's just, I don't know, there's just something about loving yourself and loving on yourself. Even the sun shines a little bit bright. There's a different kind of glow you get when you love yourself. I have seen truly beautiful women, beautiful, but they have such low self-esteem because a part of what gives them that low self-esteem is that they do not know how to love themselves. Of course, there are various reasons why that has happened, but you choosing to love yourself is one of the best and the greatest gifts you can ever give yourself. Validate yourself, all right? Number three is to compliment yourself. I am the queen of compliments. I compliment myself every single day. I do not only think, I know I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I compliment my hair. I compliment my skin. I just compliment everything about myself, you know? And the thing with you complimenting yourself, it's actually an extension of you loving on yourself. I mean, you've put in the effort. You're going to the gym, you've invested in your skincare, you're drinking your water, you've learned how to put on makeup, you're dressing for your body. I mean, like, before you even leave the house and wait for other people to tell you that you're beautiful and you're all that, go in front of the mirror and tell yourself you're all that and a bag of chips. And I know I am all that and a bag of chips. And the thing with people who compliment themselves are also very good at complimenting people. I compliment people left, right, and center. I don't know, I don't care if I know you or I don't know. If I see something good, I definitely compliment it. If it's somebody, I don't care if it's a man or a woman, if you're looking good, you're looking good. If you're smelling good, you're smelling good. If a flower is beautiful, it's beautiful. I had a neighbor, Shiko, I don't know if you're watching this. I had a neighbor, Kitambo, she's telling me, you give the best compliments. And nobody had ever told me that. That in itself is a compliment. And when I really think about it, I do. I actually do give compliments, like just appreciating the effort that somebody has put in, appreciating the presence and the joy that their presence brings into your life. I mean, what's not to love? And you find, by the way, people who are jealous tend not to give compliments. People who are not confident in themselves tend not to give compliments. There are people who, they feel when they compliment, it's like they're taking something away from themselves. I see it like an addition. Like, I mean, you've brightened my day. You're looking, you've graced me with your beauty, you've graced me with your presence, you've graced me with your smile, you know? And I'm happy, I'm appreciative of it. So compliments are another thing you need to learn how to do to yourself. Stand in front of the mirror and just, you know, analyze yourself. I do it particularly when I'm in the nude, but also after dressing up. Just compliment every bit about yourself. Compliment what your body has done and what your body can do. Compliment your achievements. Compliment, you know, all your ability to hit your goals. Okay? What? 5. Affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. I am healthy, I am beautiful, I am strong, you know. Affirm yourself. Say those things to yourself about yourself that not only ground you, but actually form the foundation of your confidence and your self-esteem. I don't know how many of you meditate. I meditate, and part of meditating is using affirmations. I use the chakra system. It's a very nice guide, and I've noticed that when I affirm myself, whether meditating or not, it's like I'm confirming to myself those things I believe about myself. And really think about it. Your actions and your choices and who you are first and foremost based on what you say to yourself. So when you affirm to yourself, you know what? I'm confident, I'm beautiful, I am safe, you know. I have never had anxiety, thank God, and I don't know how that works. But I've had moments where I've felt anxious. And part of what calms me down, part of what has been able to calm me down is scripting, you know, just writing down affirmations. But even more importantly, just closing my eyes and telling myself and affirming myself and just telling myself, you know what, you're safe, you are loved, you're protected, you're okay, you're okay. Just breathe in, breathe out. You know, there's something calming about it. Then you affirming yourself is an extension of you loving yourself. You telling yourself that, you know what, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am intelligent. You know, that is part of you loving on yourself. Also, you affirming yourself is you confirming and just being grateful that you know what, you're safe, you're provided for. Go check out the New Year's clip I did for, that I was actually affirming all of it. I was just telling you how beautiful you are, that you're safe, that you're protected, that you're provided for. And when you do it for yourself, when you sit down and actually confirm to yourself that you are protected and you are safe, guess what happens? You end up being protected, you end up being safe, And so for me, affirmations are very, very important. Because like I said again, they're not only me loving on myself, but it's me actually literally creating my own world, creating my own reality. Some of it might sound delusional or what we call delulu, and I don't care. Let me live in my own delulu land, But really think about it, because when you have a negative mentality, it means you start affirming negative things about yourself. What starts happening? Negative things start happening to yourself. But the moment you tell yourself, you know what, I am safe, I am provided for, I am protected, I am grounded, I can do this, guess what starts happening? All those things you have just affirmed to yourself actually start happening. So take time to meditate, take time to actually affirm yourself. Number 6, hype yourself. I am cheerleader number 1 for myself. I also cheer people up and cheer people on. But if there's somebody who cheers for themselves, if there's somebody who is their own cheerleader, if there's somebody who is their own hype master, I am my own Lil Jon, I cheer myself on when I plan for something. I cheer myself on when I'm starting it. I cheer myself when I take off. I cheer myself when I achieve it. And you see, you will wait for other people to give you the accolades. You'll wait for other people to tell you you're doing a good job. And sometimes it actually never comes. But what happens when you start affirming? What happens when you start cheering yourself on and telling yourself, you know what, chick, you can actually do this. Actually, you're doing it. Chick, you're the business. You're actually a good worker. I'm a good YouTuber. Yes, I know I am a good YouTuber. This is me hyping myself. I'm a good employee. I'm a good mother. I'm a good daughter. You just hype yourself up. Really think about it. If you put yourself down, what starts happening? You start believing on all those negative things that you're thinking about yourself, and you go down. Have that high vibration to cheer yourself up. And that in its very nature is going to motivate you to do great and awesome things. So hype yourself up. Hype yourself up how you're such a good employee. Hype yourself up how you're such a good business person. Hype yourself up that you're the best in your area. Hype yourself up knowing that you're intelligent. Hype yourself up. Be your own cheerleader. Clap for yourself. Pat yourself in the back, When you achieve something, go and treat yourself. In whichever way you want to treat yourself. If you're going to get yourself an ice cream, a nice piece of jewelry, a vacation, just hype yourself up. Because not everybody is going to tell you that you're doing a good job. In as much as they know that you're doing a good job, then they may not necessarily tell you. And it's not that they're being malicious or anything, but sometimes we wait on people to tell us the things we want to hear, and it never comes. So even before people hype you and tell you you're a good thing and you're doing a good job, tell yourself that, People normally tell me, you have such high confidence. You know what I normally tell them? You should meet my mother. Nakwambia, my mother works as if she pays 10 times taxes over and above what we pay in this economy. My mother is so confident, My mother is, she just has this pizzazz about her, and it's not loud and obnoxious. She just has this self-assuredness within her that it's so infectious that when you're next to her, just like, you know what, I want what you have. I want that confidence that you have. And part of it is actually hyping yourself up. You know, cheering yourself on, knowing that in every stage of the way, you're doing your best, you're being your best, you're thinking your best. And in the finish line, whether or not there are going to be people with accolades and flowers and medals, you know what? You'll give yourself the accolades. You'll give yourself the round of applause. You will stand up and give yourself the standing ovation. Cheer on yourself, you know. And so basically that's it. Those are the 6 things you're supposed to actually factor in when you're talking to yourself about yourself. And I cannot overemphasize how crucial these things are. I cannot, and if you notice, all of them are building on each other. All of them are building on each other. You know, your internal dialogue is so crucial. The things you say to yourself about yourself, your self-concept is so crucial. There's no point in leveling up on the outside. There's no point in glowing up on the outside. But internally, you're miserable. Internally, you're talking yourself down. Internally, you're hating on yourself. Internally, you're doubting and questioning yourself. You know? So take that time to really sit with yourself. Take that time to be really kind to yourself. Take that time to really love on yourself. Take that time to really pour internally into yourself. As within, so without. The world is a reflection of who we are on the inside a lot of the times. People whom are charismatic and people whom people tend to love and people whom tend to love on them and give them gifts and give them things, it's because first and foremost, they reflect that to the world. They're attracting what they are on the inside, you know? So I'd really love for you to take time and be kind to yourself this year. Take time and love yourself. But I'm so serious about that exercise. Go in front of the mirror, preferably naked, and just tell yourself you love yourself. Just take time intently to love on yourself. Take time intently to compliment yourself. And you'll see how much of a difference it's going to make in your life. It gives you that internal glow that no skincare can ever give you. It gives you that confidence and self-assuredness that you don't even need to be obnoxious and loud. You know, just that sense of calm and self-assuredness about you is going to attract so much good to your life. So as within, so without. All right. So until next time, keep shining, keep smiling, keep being your amazing, beautiful self. And I'll see you on the next one. Toodles! Toodles!